Think about the last time someone close to you had a heart attack. Or maybe it was you, the chest tightness, the ambulance, the waiting room. It's one of those things we've all come to accept as just part of getting older. But here is what almost nobody tells you. For most of human history, this almost never happened. Not rare, almost non-existent. Today, heart disease kills more people than anything else on Earth. In the United States alone, it takes a life roughly every 33 seconds. So, what changed? That is what we are going to find out today. Let's start with a population that shouldn't exist, at least not according to modern medicine. Deep in the Bolivian Amazon lives a population called the Tsimane. They hunt, they fish, they farm small plots by hand. They walk long distances every single day. In 2017, a team of researchers brought CT scanners into their villages. They imaged the hearts of over 700 adults, some in their 90s. The results stunned the cardiology world. 85% of the Tsimane showed no detectable risk of heart disease at all. Not low risk, no risk. Even those over 75 mostly had clean, healthy arteries. Cardiologist Gregory Thomas, who worked on the study, put it simply. This study shows that prevention really works. Compared to the average American, the Tsimane showed roughly 5 times less buildup in the arteries that feed the heart. An 80-year-old Tsimane villager often has the arterial age of an American in their 50s. Let that sit for a second. So what's different? It isn't luck. And it isn't genetics alone. Low cholesterol, low blood pressure, almost no obesity, no diabetes, constant movement instead of sitting for hours, food that comes straight from the ground or the river, not a factory, nothing exotic, just a body doing what it evolved to do. But here is where the story gets more complicated and more honest, because heart disease is not purely a modern invention. Scientists have CT scanned the mummified remains of ancient Egyptians, Peruvians, and other cultures going back 4,000 years. And they found something surprising. Some of those ancient people already had atherosclerosis, plaque hardening inside their arteries, the same disease that causes heart attacks today. In one study of over 200 ancient mummies, roughly a third showed signs of it, including people who lived as hunter-gatherers. So heart disease isn't something we invented out of nowhere. That in 1948, the United States launched one of the largest medical studies in history, just to understand why. That research, the Framingham Heart Study, is where many of the risk factors we take for granted today, like high cholesterol and high blood pressure, were first clearly identified. In other words, the modern heart attack epidemic was so new and so alarming that an entire field of medicine had to be built just to explain it. So the real story isn't that ancient people had perfect hearts and we ruined everything. It's that the human heart has always carried a certain amount of built-in risk. But for most of history, the way people lived kept that risk asleep. The Tsimane aren't healthy because they're stuck in the past. They're healthy because, without meaning to, they kept doing the one thing modern life quietly took away from most of us: treating the body the way it was built to be used. So does this mean we should throw away modern medicine and move to the Amazon? No. And the science doesn't suggest that either. Modern medicine saves millions of lives that Tsimane's ancestors would have lost. The romantic version of this story leaves that part out. But here is what's worth sitting with. The thing that's quietly killing more of us than anything else is not some unstoppable force of nature. It's a set of daily choices: movement, food, rest, and most of us have simply stopped making them. The question was never really why heart attacks happen. It's why we ever thought a life without movement, without real food, and without rest wouldn't eventually catch up with us. And if you made it this far, thank you. If this changed how you think about your own heart, hit the like button. Subscribe for more stories like this. Hit the bell, because the next one you do not want to miss. This is Luico Mind.